What is up, guys? Zach Ginn here.
Guys, Rick Ginn here. How you doing?
And in today's video, we are going to be going over, welcome to our dojo, the Ninja Cash Buyers Disposition Secrets. This is going to be a very fun one today. This is going to be one that I don't think a lot of people talk about. We're going to be just sharing our absolutely best tips, tricks, secrets to finding cash buyers and wholesaling real estate, and what you need to do to start selling your deals for the most money possible.
What'd you do with my mask? My ninja mask?
Yeah, you guys might have seen the thumbnail. We got the little ninja.
I should have worn. I should have worn coming in.
Got the katana,
oh, yeah.
the whole samurai thing. But really, honestly, we're just gonna be talking about how to sell your deals for the most money possible. So let's start from the top. Let's get some ninja tactics that not a lot of people know about wholesaling real estate when it actually comes to finding cash buyers. I'm going to give one that Flip with Rick here. We just talk about all the time, and especially on my YouTube channel, is go to auctions. I think the best cash buyers right now, that's the biggest secret. It's the most like ninja tactic thing that no one talks about, is go out there and just go to auctions, right?
Yeah, I mean, auctions are, listen, if you have any interest in wholesaling in particular, any type of real estate investing, auctions is like, it's kind of a cool environment. Like and think about it, is the perfect environment for what we do. Think about it. You have a property, they're all qualified cash buyers.
Yeah.
And they're basically bidding on a property with no inspection. And then when you start seeing 30, 40, 50 people, I salivate. I had the beautiful pleasure once of having a wholesale property right next to a property that was going on an auction. They advertised for 3 weeks. And I tell you, that drove my business for a year.
Oh, yeah.
And I just said, hey, start the bidding over here. But all I did is I collect business cards like crazy. Yeah. I made notes to people that were serious. And then the ones that hang around at the end, they're my favorites, because you get all the information.
They're so good. Like, how do you go out there and start finding these auctions? Where would you go out right now?
Actually, I just Google auction anywhere in your vicinity. And there's usually one or two predominant auction houses, and they are not shy about advertising for it. So it's get on their mailing list. That's the best way. And then from there, you can you got to be tactful about doing it. You can't go, hey, give me all your information, because they're going to kick you out of the auction. Yeah. But I got to tell you guys, like using your camera as a weapon with your phone, unbelievable.
We're just having a conversation like this. Hey, nice to meet you. Do you buy a lot of properties? Or are you a big rental person? Or just
listen, if I can get away with a phone and there's like a sign-up sheet with addresses and phone numbers, listen, you just got to be sly about it. But you got to shut off like the little click thing on the button.
The silent on.
So put it on silent, like little. That's a ninja trick that works well. When you got a list of like 60 people, oh my God! Like and that's in an area you're usually buying. But
yeah,
I like them. Plus, you can kind of take the temperature on seeing what people are going to pay for, what kind of their target price is.
Something no one really talks about. When you put your pen to paper and you're actually going to auction, like, you're serious. You're pretty serious on that.
No, like it's big boy stuff, because
so here's like, I'll buy a house, or these aren't tire kickers.
Yeah, so they have to put down a deposit.
Yeah,
and they have to usually bring a cashier's check. Now they're kind of doing wires ahead of time, and they're usually putting down like 5%. And they have 30 days to close. They don't close. The auctioneer keeps the money, and they do it all over again. So they're happy if you don't do it. They don't care if you have all the money. And then, by the way, guys, keep in mind, whatever price they bid on, they're adding a 10% premium on it, and they just write it in a little fine print on it. So if you're buying a $100,000 property, it's 110. If you're buying a $200,000 property, what's it? 220 or whatever it is.
220.
Yeah. So it's those people. It takes a mindset for someone to do that, and they're doing it kind of calculated and cold. So if they find someone like you that wholesales properties like that and can do quick assignments, those people have no problems with assignments. Would you agree?
No.
So
they're bidding up properties, or they get that much of a discount. They're happy.
Yeah. And it's so most of them are typically going to happen on like a Saturday morning between 10 and 12.
Yeah.
That's what I kind of find out. But it's just fun, man. Like, and don't be surprised. You'll see other wholesalers there. And here's the other, you get a lot of realtors that show up to this. Why would a realtor show up to an auction?
They're trying to network, and they're also trying to find those buyers.
Yeah.
Say, hey, on the MLS, there's these crazy great deals.
I've watched them with their phones, and they go, hey, I'm looking at this property.
Yeah.
And they got really good cash buyers. And listen, you got a good real estate agent that
or
will
they're
go
on
to
the
auction
phone.
for me. Go, listen, if it sells for 80, I'll take it.
They're on the phone with the cash buyer.
It sells for $150, I'll take it. Take some quick pictures and let me know. And I really respect
these cash buyers. They're paying, like we talk about 80, 85% like on the dollar. These people are buying 95, like even over 100% with the premium. So these are great cash buyers.
You know my saying, whoever pays the most loses, but that's just my opinion. I would never, ever, ever buy a property in auction unless I had to do it to like complete the block or something like that, because you are massively going to overpay them. And I remember way back in the day, there was one time where there was like 100 people in a regular neighborhood surrounded by a house on a Friday night. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is absolutely insane. But I've been to waterfront ones, the properties sold in really rough neighborhoods, and they all have the same element. They're cash buyers. They're taking a tremendous amount of risk without an inspection. And people are always like, why don't they qualify how much? Because the auctioneer secretly, if you don't buy it, he's very, very happy with it. So I love auctions.
Yeah, me too. They're great. So this brings me back to one of my ninja tactics. So auction's kind of your thing. Let me show you one thing I figured out, which this is going to be a fun one, guys. Finding cash buyers on Facebook. That has been the thing that it's blown up my business, and it's blown up a lot of people's businesses. I remember I went live for like 2 hours. I talked about, guys, all you need to start doing today, literally, there's no secret to this. Go out there, go to Facebook groups, go to a big one. Obviously not wholesaling houses for real, because we don't allow that. It's kind of spam, but all you literally have to do, go to the groups, search in the search box at gmail.com, and cash buyers are just dropping in their emails like crazy. It is so insane. I did a 2-hour live. We added 427 cash buyers. 427 cash buyers in 2 hours. And obviously, they're not as good as your 60 that are actually like right there with cashier's checks in their hands, buying at top dollar. But for someone, let's say, who lives like that was in like, let's say a Fort Pierce. Let's say I live in Costa Rica. I can't go to auctions, but I go on Facebook and go to the Fort Pierce Real Estate Investors Association, search at gmail.com or drop email and go in there. Guys, if you do Facebook cash buyers space Zach Ginn, Facebook cash buyers space flip with Rick, or just freewholesaling.com. It's on there too. Look it up, because I went for 2 hours. I've done so many videos on it. That's another dispo secret. And you just use like GMass or MailChimp, and you just send emails out, and oh my gosh, it's crazy. Another big one on Facebook too, guys. Everyone's on Facebook. Your grandma's on Facebook. My grandma's on Facebook. Your grandparents are on Facebook. Kids are on Facebook.
I thought just the older people were on Facebook.
Everyone, for real estate, it's generally a really good networking tool, but everyone's on Facebook right now. And the cool part about that is we can post on Facebook groups, hey, are you looking to buy more discounted properties? Drop your email. It's such an amazing, guys. If you're not on freewholesaling.com, you're not part of the biggest, actually largest. We got to break down the numbers. It's in it. We're at thousands and thousands and thousands of people. I remember last time I was bragging, we had 3,000 people. It's just shot through the roof after that. It is hands down right now, I can say, the largest wholesaling course ever seen, devised from start to finish. People have gone through. It's the largest one. So guys, if you're not joining freewholesaling.com, I don't know what you're doing. It's freewholesaling.com. All you got to do is join the course, and then I'll email you to buy my $5,000 boat cruise seminar. No, I can't keep a straight face. No, guys, it's free.
It's free. And here's the thing you need to understand too. It's the best wholesaling course out there, hands down. So my 19 years experience, Zach's 4 years. So I don't forget where I started, and Zach's not that far off his journey. It's the perfect blend, and it's kind of old school, new school. And the thing is, guys, we're actively in this business right now. I don't have a full-time coaching job. So my job is here is talking to you. I actually enjoy doing this stuff. So, I told Zach a long time ago, I'll do this till the day I die. It's
full-time fisherman, part-time wholesaler.
There you go. So it feeds it. So what were we talking about again?
we were talking about freewholesaling.com. Like,
As long as we don't talk about PBJs. So
PBJs are fishing, no. But guys, right now, it's the time to make something in your life, and it's a free course. So just like hopping on. But I'm quit plugging it. But the reason why we say this so many times is we don't have 12 hours right now to break down every single niche of cash buyers. 12 hours is a long time. But we've recorded probably 20 plus hours we have in the course of just cash buyers, what to do to say to your cash buyers, me actually with a camera, right with a cash buyer, walking through a property, looking at it. Like, it's all in the course. So the reason why we're talking about it so much is, first of all, it's free. Second of all, literally the 12 hours that it really would take you to really like know this complete cash buyer process is in there. But I'd really just want to talk to you guys and see how I can help you out. So we talked about cash buyers through Facebook. Auctions is another amazing strategy. Another one that nobody talks about, it's crazy, that we use is cold calling cash sales. It's literally the cash buyers. Could you imagine get a list of cash buyers and you can just call them?
Yeah. Now, do you care what if they tell you they have a realtor representing them?
Better. Just
I agree.
Realtor, right?
Yeah. So you guys keep in mind, realtors on cash buyers, it doesn't really cost you anything. The realtors know that they have to get you a better price and they need to get their buyer a no hassle transaction. So what better way to do it? Most cash transactions, like there's a million hoops to go through. So our cash buyers, the ones that buy from us on a regular basis, when they have a realtor involved, I'm usually getting 10 to 12% more. So even if you're paying 5 or 6%, which you guys, I know you're not paying that much.
No.
So typically 2 to 3% on a realtor, that's getting you 5 to 6 or 10% more. And here's the part is the realtors cut the drama out. A good quality cash for the buyer's agent on the realtor, they cut that out. So we can sell a property lightning fast. Now, I will tell you this, and I preach this in my course and everybody I talk to, quality trumps quantity anytime. So I love using social media, Facebook, Instagram, any of these things to get the leads in there. But at some point, you guys have to have a slight vetting process, because otherwise you're going to have people like me.
Well, let's talk about it.
Yeah.
Like I literally, 200 an hour, let's say I work 5 hours in one weekend. So do a weekend, get 2,000 cash buyers. They're all in our local market. I'm super excited. I'm like, I got 2,000 cash buyers. What do you do? It's not like they're real cash buyers. You're probably, after the Rick Ginn vetting process, you're probably at honestly 100. That's the honest truth. That's
the problem.
But how do we get through it? So let's say you have 2,000 emails of people that say on Facebook they're cash buyers. What is the process you go through? Because I know we have the same process. So I'm asking you, because you're good at explaining it. How do I sift those 2,000 into actually 100 foaming at the mouth, money ready in the bank account, cash buyers ready? There's one thing, right?
Well,
proof of funds.
Yeah. So that
show me the money.
I see so many of you guys goes, oh my God, people melt when they get to the proof of funds. Yeah. It is the thing that separates what a real cash buyer is, because as wholesalers, we're all trained to be cash buyers, but the reality is a lot of them are just trying to get in your deal, kind of daisy chain it. And then, so now you got to understand, half your list, 70% are like wholesalers or like co-wholesalers. And I'm telling you, get to the proof of funds, man. It just cuts the crap out.
Why do most cash buyers, quote, cash buyers freak out when you ask for proof of funds?
Because they don't have the money.
They don't have the money. It's in this bank account. It's in this one, but it's man, I got another guy. Come on.
So when they do that, you're literally, when the excuses start rolling out, it's going to save you so much time and aggravate. Can you imagine entering a contract with it? And that's how I learned the hard way. I'd get into hundreds of contracts, and it's just like, you couldn't get people to come, or like, hey, he's going to do this. And then they start going, my favorite's like, well, I work with a hard money lender. You know what I say when they do that? I have no problem with hard money. I don't want to work with the guy who's never, ever worked with hard money and doesn't have a relationship set up.
Let's break this down too. There's a difference between a hard money buyer and a cash buyer.
Oh, it's not hard
Completely
money guys.
different.
Just so you know,
They're buyers, but they're not
they're
cash
not
buyers.
cash buyers. They are going to basically get a loan.
Can you break the
from
difference
somebody
down for someone?
So a cash buyer is a guy like me. So if I'm buying a house for $200,000, I show you I have $200,000 in a regular like account, not some. I go, listen, you can do Roth IRAs and stuff like that, but now that says it's going to take time to liquidate because it has to be authorized. I have 200 grand ready to go. I want to buy it. I enter into a contract with you. We're good to go. Now, if I go to you, I go, listen, 200,000. And then they go, well, show me the proof of funds. And you get like this little memo and it says, Mr. Ginn is approved up to $200,000.
That's not it.
No, I'm just telling you. Hard money are typically going to be corporations or even private people. I've given out hard money loans, dude. Like sometimes hard money loans, there's a reason they call them hard.
Yeah.
They are strict. They can be worse than the banks. They want insurance. They want inspections.
Points.
They want perfect title. And guys, we sell properties with a lot of issues. So I'm just telling you, hard money is like, unless you have an established relationship with them. So when they say, hey, I use a hard money lender. And I go just like this, who do you use? And dead silence. When I started out, I used to use a hard money lender. I could give you his name, his phone number, and literally, if you can't recite it out, I'm not going to do it with you because you don't know what you're doing. Now, my favorite is when they say, well, I'm not putting any money. It's all the hard money loan. Guys, you're basically getting an FHA loan at that point.
Yeah.
And what happens if it doesn't work out? They're going to tie up your property and basically you're going to pay the price for it because you let all these other buyers go by. Guys, just understanding. Either they have the money or they don't. Anything else is hard money is a loan. It's just not done by a bank. It's usually done by a private company or a private individual. So doesn't mean they don't work. I'm just telling you, you're going to get drama with it.
Show me a wholesaling deal without drama.
Yeah. And by the way, most hard money is they don't like to lend more than 70 cents on the dollar. So then it all comes down to valuations again.
Yeah.
And how they perceive the value of you on a property that needs rehab. It's a wide open. And I find that they waste a lot of time and energy. And then, by the way, they will hold funding up on the day of the closing, just like a regular bank does. So I just don't have time for all these conditions to be met. Yeah. And if they want to pull the guy's credit or something at the last minute, hard money is not cash. End of story. It's a loan. It's not his money. He needs permission or she needs permission.
Exactly. So cash buyers, show me the money. It's black or white. Hey, do you have the money or don't?
Yeah. And when they complain and cry, you just saved a ton of time. So it's like, listen, when it comes down to it, you just need one buyer. If you got 500 people on your cash buyers list and only like 4 of them will submit a proof of funds, you only have 4 cash buyers on your list.
Yeah.
So it just drives me nuts, man. And people are like, oh, nobody wants to submit it. I know it. I'm telling you, 1 out of 10 cash buyers will submit a proof of funds. That's it.
That's the point.
Because they don't have the cash, guys. It just gets, the sooner you can get to the truth, the faster you can get to your payday.
Okay, but here's the thing. What's the percentage of Americans that have 200,000 in their bank account liquid ready to go?
It's
very small.
Very
so
small.
When you have 2,000 people, even if these are people on Facebook or real estate investors, guys, how many real estate entrepreneur? The word entrepreneur on Instagram is, you're on Facebook more than Instagram, but I'm on Instagram probably more than Facebook. No, I'm on Facebook more, but I'm still on Instagram because I got friends and stuff there. Everyone says entrepreneur. Everyone assumes you have $5 million. A lot of these people don't. So when someone says when they're a real estate investor, when actually you call them to the plate, hey, show me the money, they're not. And so that's why it's like, don't get distraught when you have 1,000 people, 1,000 emails, and you get 50 back with actual stuff.
Yeah.
And here's another really interesting part about doing that is the people that don't follow directions well, especially with like, hey,
someone doesn't follow directions.
No, but like, hey, Mr. Cash Buyer, can you show me a proof of funds? And they're already fighting on that.
Yeah.
What are you going to do when you ask that cash buyer, hey, we're walking to the property. Don't talk to the seller.
Yeah.
They're not going to follow your directions. They're not going to respect you. If they don't respect you on that part, they're going to blow up the whole deal. Yeah. I'm actually buying this. I get a better deal. Oh my gosh.
And wait till you get to the assignment agreement.
Oh, they're going to
listen,
you.
You want someone that's going to follow your command because remember, you're getting their best foot forward. And if they're kind of kicking you right off the bat, It's boy, I've seen them like do a Houdini at the closing. They're like, I'm not doing this. And then they go, we're just going to follow the contract exactly. It's like,
Oh
listen,
my
my
gosh.
deal,
Yeah.
you're going to follow. They're not going to pay attention up front and they're going to fight you on a proof of funds, move on. Save your time, man. Guys, I'm just telling you.
Yeah.
I spent an eternity in this like cash buyer zone. It drove me nuts. Now we do it. And like every time I bring in somebody new or something like, well, I'm nervous to ask for proof of funds. I go, do you want to waste 40 minutes of your time? Get it.
Yeah. It is so
People
crazy.
actually don't do what they say. I'm a cash buyer. Then you ask them to prove it. And then just like, well, you don't trust me? No, I don't. I don't know you.
Exactly.
I don't know you. Buy 3 or 4 properties from me and then we'll talk about it. But like after that, forget it. So that's why I like working with realtors too. When they have cash buy, they don't want to waste time. They know if their guy can't afford it or
here's
not.
Another thing too. It's just, I feel like I have to talk about this because there's so many young kids out there, 21, 22, getting wholesaling, and they're just blindly just, okay, fine. I trust you, bro. No,
You
like
can't.
guys,
You got to treat it like a business. You guys work too hard to get these motivated sellers under contract. You do not have time to play games.
guys,
Get
you
to
watch
it.
too much content from us to be doing stuff that we're not.
You're going to
saying.
hurt people's feelings. So what? Just blame it on Zach. Blame it on Rick. Rick told me
It's
like
going to
not
hurt their
put up
feelings
with
when
it.
the person isn't closing. You're angry.
Oh, it'll be ugly. And then when you got to go back to your seller and go, I can't close when I promised.
What's
you.
more painful, honestly? Just telling a seller, hey, or a cash buyer, hey, show me the actual proof of funds, no man, and going through that, or saying, hey, Mr. Seller, we need an extension.
Yeah, no, that's
the
yeah.
worst.
And then you're usually going to wind up paying more, and then they're going to be all over you. I'm like, you guys work hard for your deals. Don't waste time with these would-be cash buyers. Quality over quantity. You can start with quantity, but at some point you got to vet it down. And don't be shy, guys. Just a good old-fashioned phone call. You guys there's some of you guys are huge cold calling ninja pros. What's the big deal calling 200 or 300 people saying, listen, submit the proof of funds, follow my directions, and that's it. And then I don't know, man. Like I don't think half of them even read the emails when you send them out on these lists anymore.
That's the thing.
So, I get them all day long. I'm just like, man, I wish I could just sell properties on like clicks of a mouse.
Yeah, but sometimes it's harder for you to answer an email. But if someone, obviously not you, because I mean, if we're at like 300 messages a day, like on Facebook, especially for me, for you too. Like it's not like it was 4 years ago where like you were getting 300 a day.
Yeah.
It's kind of insane now. But let's rewind it back when we were getting hundreds and hundreds of DMs messages every day. If someone messaged you on Facebook, you'd probably see that, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that'd like be interesting. Like 4 years, not now.
Yeah.
Imagine that you can message these people on Facebook, these cash buyers also.
It's
you
really
don't have
simple.
to just email them. And the chance of someone answering a Facebook, like besides me, because I get hundreds and hundreds and hundreds, and you too,
Yeah.
we got all these questions coming out.
Some of you guys are slick.
Some of y'all are slick. Yeah. But the thing is,
He's my friend. Go ahead.
I know you from high school.
I know.
Oh my gosh, we got that too. Zach, I know you from high school. Really? I was barely in high school taking college classes. How do I know you? But
listen, it just, you can't blame them for using the ninja tactics. So.
Yeah, but the thing is, most people, they might not answer an email, but they will look at their Facebook messages like that,
They do. And also like a simple SMS. That like,
works too.
People read it.
95% of people.
And if they can't follow your demands or your commands, move on. You don't owe them anything. You don't work for them. You only need one cash buyer. It doesn't mean ignore the feedback. Sometimes we get prices wrong, and if like nobody bites, heed the warning. But I've had some really aggressive cash buyers try to strong arm me. So my only conversation when I deal with a cash buyer realtor is like, can you get 10 grand more out of your client? Like that's my only pitch to them. Like, can you get more? And they'll tell you like, well, if you can give me, and here's what they'll do. Can you give me another %? Sure. Yeah, sure. And that's the conversation I want to have. Like
realtors are corrupt. For a commission, they'll do very not good things.
I love it. They go, well, how much more will you give me? I'm like, okay, well, I've had realtors actually is like, will you split the difference with me? I'm like, no, absolutely not. I'm not going to split the difference. Like, go get me 50 grand more and I'll split it with you.
But I do think that's pretty important to know. But a bad cash buyer will suck up so much of your time.
Once you get them under contract, I've had a cash buyer threaten to sue me multiple times. I just gotten a really bad deal, and it's I had one once where there was a problem with the title, and they threatened to sue the seller, myself, the title company. And you know what, guys? The guy was difficult up front, and he didn't want to give a proof of funds, and I should have taken a hint. It took me 3 months to rectify a deal that should have taken 2 to 3 weeks to take down. So, guys, you work hard, get your deals sold, get them sold fast, and understanding you're not going to make everybody happy. Actually, if you're making everybody happy, you're probably miserable.
I think there's another thing that I think a lot of younger people need to talk about, because I was talking about some people I had a private Zoom last week. If you're in Wholesaling Houses for Real Facebook group, you get links to this stuff. Guys, it's free. It's Wholesaling Houses
free
for Real.
mastermind?
Wholesaling Houses for Real. I'll just drop, hey, I'm going live in an hour on Zoom. Let's talk. It's hard to talk to people one-on-one sometimes. So just a quick plug on that. Wholesaling Houses for Real. Wholesaling Houses for Real on Facebook. Okay, so let's break this down, because I was talking to someone on there, and it breaks my heart to hear it every time.
Okay.
This guy, he's wholesaling a lot of properties, doing really well, and he has this cash buyer. They're actually buying properties cash, like they're buying. This guy's sold like 4 or 5 deals to this one cash buyer. That's the only cash buyer really in town.
Yeah.
And now cash buyer thinks, oh, okay, well, Mr. Wholesaler, I give you $3,000 for this.
Yeah.
That's all I can do. And the guy knows he can probably get 40 or 20, but he's like, what do I do? You know, I think it's pretty important to know cash buyers are greedy too. They're not the nicest people sometimes. Some cash buyers will take advantage of you and say, $3,000, that's all you really need. No, they will try to suck up as much equity. Wholesalers try to suck all the equity out of a deal, but cash buyers sometimes are really greedy too. How do you stop that trap? Because you'll be an employee to that cash buyer.
So here's a little hint. Anybody who asks you how much you paid for it before you even get to a contract or anything,
exactly.
Bye-bye. Like, it is a poor man's mentality to think like that. Can you imagine going to the grocery store and asking them, hey, Walmart, how much did you pay for this pillow? They're just going to give you a blank stare. You're going to give them the same blank stare. Guys, it is such a backwards mentality. When somebody asks you that question, they're basically saying, don't screw me, and you're not going to make a lot of money off me. Just run. Don't even, hey,
cash buyers, let's say it's $100,000 deal, and let's say you get on a contract for 50 and you're going to make 100.
Yeah.
You're going to make 50 and they would make 20.
Yeah.
They would rather you get under contract for 95 and they'll buy it for 100 than you get under contract for 50.
It's ridiculous.
It's the scarcity mindset. You should hope, as the cash buyer, they have it under contract for $1.
Yeah.
Right.
So just understanding when that comes up, move on to the next one.
Run.
Don't waste
move,
time.
Run.
Yeah. Run.
So
I just don't get it. If the value's there. So I'm always looking at, if I buy a deal off someone, which I do, I could care less what they make. I want them to make money.
Or
I'm just looking at
JVs.
Yeah, am I getting a deal or not? And if the market says I'm getting a deal, I'm going to move forward to you.
Yeah.
The person that does this, how much did you pay for it?
Oh my gosh.
Dude, you're in the rat race. You'll never get out of it. It doesn't matter. So you don't walk in your local grocery store or Walmart and ask them what they paid for it for you buy it. So you shouldn't expect that you should be the Walmart and your grocery store and treat them the exact same way.
That's it.
What's your offer? I'm sorry. You're right. Run like crazy. It's regardless. Because guys, keep in mind, if you're doing an assignment, a contract, and you're selling, which we do in wholesaling, you're going to have to disclose your sales price. You're going to have to show them the contract. So you can even try this. Go, listen, Mr. Seller, if I bought it, listen, once they bring up what you bought it for, you're done. Hands down, I've never, ever had it work out in 19 years. But you can preempt the conversation like, seller, if I bought the property for $1, would that bother you?
Yeah.
And you're looking for their facial reaction. You're looking for their response. You go, no, man, I hope you make us a ton of money. Or well, how much do you think you're going to make off me? Right there, go, okay, you know what, this isn't for you.
They think how much they're got to make on it.
And my other tip on it is when we set a price, and I taught you this in the beginning, because so Zach sat in every seat in my company to understand what happened. So when he did dispositions, we would come up with a price and we would set it. Guys, you got to set it hard. It's a yes or it's a no. You cannot negotiate. It's like you're never going to win negotiating. A wholesale deal is like a yes, no. Do you want it? It's 210,000. Do you want it? Yes. Well, can you do 205? Listen, let me know. I got 3 other guys like begging for this deal. Do you want in or not? So it might, you call it a FOMO moment, fear of missing out. But once you start negotiating, they're just going to keep beating you up, and you're going to train them. Yeah. They're going to train you to fit their model. You got to do it the other way. You're like, listen, so here's what happens when someone does that. Go, listen, John, I tried, it didn't work out, but maybe on the next one. Yeah. So when he comes back to you the next time, guess what he's going to do? He's just going to pay. He's going to just take your deal right there. Yeah. The minute you negotiate, it never ends and it will never stop. I'm just telling you, man. And worst case scenario, say you set a price and you get no hits. Okay, adjust your price. It doesn't mean you're really negotiating. You listen to the market. So every now and then, but I've had it work both ways. I've underpriced, I've overpriced, and we listen. But the negotiating is a nightmare. And the problem is, if you ever want to go back to that cash buyer, they go, Rick takes a discount. I'm hitting him for a discount. No, hey, here's the deal, Zach. It's a yes or a no.
Yeah.
So this deal didn't work out, and I'm okay with it. Not many people get the shot to buy it the first time, but I want you to know next time it comes up, when I give you a price, it's a yes or a no. And we'll part friends either way. And they're like, oh, man, when Rick calls me, I better be ready to go. You have to train them. Either you train them or they're going to train you. Just decide if you want to be the nail of the hammer.
Exactly. I mean, when you get a bad cash buyer, run.
Oh God, dude! Like they only get what you want to make it the fat. Don't get to the divorce. Don't get to the marriage. Heck, don't even get to the annulment. Move on.
The good news is you're good at running though, so it's pretty good.
I've been,
Why do you run when it's like super hot out though? It's like you want.
It's like my David Goggins moment.
Why are you like suffering?
You should
run at like 7. You run at like 1.
No, I run. Actually, I might run. Wow.
Don't run after this. You're gonna
run after.
Oh my gosh.
But I got in 5 miles the other day. I just got to pick up the pace. It's been a little bit behind, so it's I call it it's not a hard 75. I just call it a hard Rick. Go to the gym and do something for at least 30, 40 minutes cardio wise. And
you enjoy it, but it looks like you're suffering every time.
It's terrible, man. It's hot as hell out there. Like I hate running with a passion, but it's at least it's scenic, and just get it over with. And what do they call it? Paying your dues, right? It's like marketing and cold calling. You got to pay your dues, man. Otherwise,
you know what kind of running I've been doing lately? I've been running from those gurus. I've been running from them. They keep going after me. They love messaging me.
They're all running on the internet.
They're running their mouth lately.
I just think it's kind of so crazy. Funny that like everyone's like, I have people calling me up in the business. What are you doing? You're screwing things up. I'm like, yeah.
I've been getting those messages like crazy. Yeah. You're getting them more because you have friends. They're kind of high.
I go, listen, just
what are you doing? Stop doing it.
Stop doing it. You're screwing things up.
Some courses. Come on. What?
Everybody wants to know what our end game is. Have you told them what it is?
Yeah. Put them out of business. Sorry.
It's every business model in coaching, especially real estate, especially wholesaling. It's like, let's do a free podcast, right? That was a big one. And by the way, I love podcasts. And then it's like, let's give them a little content on YouTube, and then let's take the hammer and smack them over the head. And then we're going to give them a starter course, and then we're going to tell them how to really scale this business up.
Starter course is $4,000.
Yeah. I think, well, are they $4,000? But if you get a boat ride or you stay in a nice hotel over the weekend, it's $5,000, guys. Guys, you don't need the nice hotel. You don't need the boat ride. You don't need the fancy dinner. You just need the information. And me and Zach are trying to give it to you straight line. I said to Zach, and Zach said, he's like, let's just give it away. I told him there's no more secrets. This is what we teach.
Information's the new money.
Yeah. So the bigger we can make this community and help as many people out, you owe yourself at least to go through my course. And I know everyone's going to try to knock off. I don't care.
Yeah, but here's the thing. What makes you or me a good wholesaler? Is it the amount of money in our bank account? Does that make a good wholesaler? Or is it the information you have in your head?
It's the information.
The information makes the money.
Yeah.
If you take all my money and I still have if you told me, Zach, you got 2 choices. I bring you back to when you were 17. You have, so fast forward to 21. I like wipe your brain clean of business stuff, but you still have the money you have now. or would rather just take all your money and you keep the knowledge you have on wholesaling and business, I'll give all my money away. The information is so much more valuable.
Yeah, it's no gimmick. And a lot of people are like, oh, they're going to do something to you. How many ads have we run?
Zero.
Everything we do is organically. So we appreciate everybody on here.
I did say this. There is ads before YouTube videos. The reason for that is because YouTube, if you have over 10,000 subscribers, they basically already said, if you don't run ads, we're just going to run ads for you, and we're just going to pocket the money, because they feel like there's too much traffic being done to places with channels over 10,000. So they'll run ads if you just turn your ads off. That's why every YouTuber now has ads on their thing. So we kind of have to do that. And then I think we spent all of our ad money on 4K TVs.
Yeah,
but
and then I think we can get our information faster to our users, faster than anybody, because we're in the business every day. This is what we do, and so many of these people are going to conferences. And
are you going to say hi to the 6 employees behind the camera working everything? Oh wait,
you're looking at it. You're looking at us too.
Right here. Like, guys, this is not like some huge operation with like I'm trying to make money off of you. I have all these ads and copywriting guys. We're just trying to give you the information.
I was told publicly I'm doing a disservice to what I'm doing. So
what time is it? It's 5:42. What do you think I've done all day? Average guru wakes up in the morning, coaching calls, sales calls. They meet with their sales team for coaching and mentorship, and then they maybe do a video or two. And that's guys, they wake up, these wholesalers, you see these influencers on YouTube, they wake up every day focusing on what YouTube video to do. I was wholesaling since like 4:00. And then I walked on here, said, hey, we're going to talk about today. We hopped on.
We just open and shoot, and it's raw and it's authentic, but this is what we do. And I really think we're just trying to change the business. And the idea is just, we want the biggest community we can have, so we can have the most impact. Because like, what's the difference? If you paid me 10 grand or not, I'm going to give you the exact same information.
Actually, one of the top guru guys, I'm not going to say what brand they kind of have, because if you know the brand, because they're specific to a type of marketing, let's say they're specific to a direct mail or driving for dollars, which they're not. They're just a certain type. They told me personally over the phone. They called me. I always answer calls from these guys. I'm still friends with them. I'm just taking them out of business. Zach, you're going live too much. It's ruining it, because now my channel, they have tens of thousands, are expecting me to go live now every day. And I'm not doing that. I have to do my mastermind calls, which are $10,000. I'm getting these calls from people, like, people are trying to shut us down. I'm just letting you know. So I say this every time. I said this yesterday. I don't think you heard me. Every time you like this video, every time you smash that like button, another guru sheds a tear.
Yeah.
It's true.
So
guys, smash that like button.
Yeah. I got nothing to sell you. I'm literally trying to change all this. I'm going to show you why what I'm doing is not a disservice. Like, it's literally, if you paid me or not, I'd give you the exact same content. They go, well, you're not accountable if you don't have skin in the game. Guys, take whatever you're going to spend on me and Zach and put it on marketing. The number one problem people have starting out in wholesaling, especially when they get a coach, they don't have any money for marketing.
Yeah.
So if you drop 4 or 5, 10K on your coach, and then he tells you have to do sweat equity, man, you're in a tough position. I've been there. And I'm just telling you, and it's not about how much money you spend on marketing. I mean, money will make it a little bit easier, but I did my first few deals a couple $100 to my name. Like, it's the skill set you do. You can somewhat scale it with money, but I'm just telling you, we don't pay attention to anybody else's channel. I don't watch them on purpose. There's a lot of nice gals and gals. I don't care. We're going to do what we do. I don't care what they do. The fact that everyone's trying to chase and duplicate what we do, I think it's hysterical.
How old are you when you got your first wholesaling deal?
33.
Weren't you too old to wholesale in 33? What age was I? 17. Was I too young? Guys, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
It's the action. So let's answer some questions.
Let's go.
I know we got a lot of questions.
We ran over.
I just got to help the people out. So Kenny says go time.
That says go time?
It's like the Louisiana French thing.
Am I getting older?
No, it's the French Louisiana type thing. He's got the go to emoji.
Hopefully he's okay through the hurricane on that. It doesn't mean he lives there.
Talk to Kenny. Kenny's in Houston.
Okay, Houston.
Tila says, what's up? Ready.
Cool.
Yup. Go to emojis. I appreciate that. Let's get it. Where's everybody located? Anthony is from Metro Atlanta.
Metro.
Kevin says the Toms and Rob of wholesaling. Thank you for the info.
Dude, was Tom Brady amazing last night?
Oh my gosh, he's amazing.
Oh my God, you got to.
Chris Godwin fumbles the ball and then gets the game-winning play.
That was
it's crazy.
That was a heck of a game.
Are you calling me Robert Kraft? Or are you calling me Rob Gronkowski? Because you're Tom Brady. Robert Kraft's got in trouble for some weird stuff. So
in Jupiter, Florida.
I would keep the billionaire cool.
That just shows you money does get you out of all problems.
Yes, but I think I'll keep the cool money part, but not the weird stuff.
I think
I would love to.
Then I'd be the old man Rob, and then you would be the Tom Brady.
I don't know. I'm not.
I'm happily married 25 years, so I don't need to go there.
Tom Brady's been in the NFL for 22 years.
No.
How long have you been wholesaling?
He's like 20. Yeah, about that. No, he's been in it longer than I have.
He's been in the NFL longer than you've been wholesaling. Isn't that crazy?
Holy crap. I remember when he took over for Bledsoe, but let's not talk football here but here's the thing.
He's been in the NFL for 22 years and he's sharp as ever. It's crazy. But
44? Yeah.
Yeah, isn't that nuts?
That's amazing.
Hey,
what's up, Kara?
Kara says, I need cash buyers in El Dorado, California, having a hard time with all the fires taking place. A lot of room for profit. The buyers are hesitant. Facebook and auctions. What are you saying? Yeah, so I'm not really privy to the whole fire. It seems like your state's always burning down. Like, what's the deal with that? Yeah, I guess you got a lot of fires. I guess there's like a lot of water shortages over there. It doesn't rain every day like it is here.
Oh, I worried about Kara with the fires.
We're right by the beach.
Okay.
You literally live on a river. How's the best way to find auctions? I think Facebook or Craigslist or just auctions near me for houses.
Yeah, most auction places want to be. They know everybody's searching on the internet.
You call a realtor, that like a big time realtor that knows the auctions around, that they'll tell you, hey, it's Johnson & Johnson auctions over here. Call them.
Yeah, and so most auctions
and their companies,
they usually have 10, 20 plus years experience in the market. We see a lot of small ones pop up, but they're hard to make them profitable and stuff. It takes years and years to build that clientele. So I would Google it in your area. So if you're in like Atlanta, do Atlanta home auctions or whatever you need to do. And speaking of auctions, what's your opinion on like just tax sale auctions or auctions from foreclosures? People that are just behind on taxes. So those are different. Now I'm going to show you my age. In the old days, we used to go down to the courthouse and it was so weird, but you'd sit over in this section and you'd see about no more than a dozen people. And they'd all have like little notepads and they all so you could see who sat together. Yeah. So what I would do is go and study. And then as they're walking out, I would talk to them. Now I was new to it. And then you find out real quick how it works. So it was kind of old school. I know why they do online auctions now because it keeps it fair for everyone. So back in the day when they did that, investors would collude with each other to price other people out of the market, and then they would share the profits on each one. Now they go to an online thing. It's kind of because everyone's a digit and a number, so it's not going to help you. Yeah, you would actually have to reverse engineer the sale and. I mean, I guess you could have a VA do that if you want to do that. But honestly, I think you could use your listrei.com and just pull it right there. I wouldn't go through all that other work. I agree. On cash sales, like it's so I mean, it was a lot of fun because they'd all sit there and like people would holler and scream and but let me tell you what, those auctions are really big boy money because you gotta put all your money in the account and then you got to deal with all the stuff that comes with it. So different states have different rights that the homeowner can buy it back up to 30 days, some up to like a year, which they call a right of redemption. So just make sure you're familiar with it in your area. But you with the data online, you can pull that stuff anyway. Yeah. So like, why bother? Exactly. I wouldn't. It's not even fun anymore. Took the fun out of it. Kyle wants to know, what does it mean when it says auction on Zillow? I think they're just telling you that property's going to auction. Yeah. I mean, listrei.com. Yeah. Zillow will not recognize the local auction companies. Yeah. They don't want to give them any. Zillow is very powerful, but yeah. half the time it's not correct.
Brandon wants to know where you can find these public auctions. You just look it up online.
Google it. They want your business. They want as many cash buyers as possible. So just be specific to your area and use, words like homes, properties, investor properties type of deal. But remember, I don't want you guys going there to buy. You're just going there to collect cash buyers. I remember that I took Zach a few times. He's like, holy moly. Crazy. And one of the best ways is they let you preview the property beforehand. That's when you start like collecting all the, hey, where are you from? Can I get your card? Stuff like that.
Yeah.
You have business cards where like you can tap your phone and like it'll send someone the information now.
It's crazy.
I'm kind of old school in that stuff. So
guys, we get a lot of questions here on the bottom. What is offerpostcard.com? Just really quick. Guys, offerpostcard.com. We got some fun stuff coming up with that. But basically, you were just giving offers out on postcards. Just really quick. I'm not pitching it, but I'm just saying I get asked all the time what direct mail piece I use. Offer postcard, what you basically do is you give an offer that's a little higher than a contract price, and it gives a ton of direct mail feedback back at you. Like a bunch of people start calling us, and we basically double our response rate on a regular direct mail. So the reason is you put it usually at a 3, which is higher than the average what we get under contract for, but it's high. It's higher than that. It's not retail, but it's a little lower than retail. And we get a lot of calls. And then from there, we meet them at the property and say, hey, if the property is perfect, we'll get under contract for that price. But usually the property needs a little bit of work. So we say, hey, unfortunately, that offer is contingent on it being like really, really nice. It's a little off that. Can we do this price? And then usually get it for a nice contract price. That's how we do it. That's in like 15 seconds explaining the offer post.
Yeah, and it's for you people who want to do direct mail.
But it's free. Like the algorithm, we lose.
I do the whole thing for free.
We spent a fortune on that algorithm.
I spent 2 years putting this thing together. It wasn't even me. I just said we tested the data out manually.
We spent a fortune making an algorithm, but like I just really quick. I get questions all the time why the link's on. Like, what is that? I'm not selling a course or anything on it. Offerpostcard.com is just, you go there, you order it. It's pretty easy. Go to Wholesaling Houses for real training on it.
It's a service we use on it. And I said, me and Zach are working on some things that, going to be really cool. And so many people ask me for more detail on what it is. And
because I'm saying 2022 is the year of direct mail. We're making a comeback.
Yeah. And the guys it's
like the year of the tiger, the year of the dragon.
They just raised the postage. Our USPS loses $6 billion a year because nobody knows how to deliver a mail. The problem is all the retirement and the pensions, and I'm not looking to take away from those, but they just raised postcards by 4 cents. But like, I don't look at it like,
we could talk smack about the USPS.
Oh my God.
We pay a lot of their salary. We pay a lot of money.
Yeah, it still doesn't dent their deficit. But when you look at stuff, costs go up. People go, well, I'm not going to do direct mail. Like, that's scary. I'm like, hey, everybody get out of direct mail. It doesn't work because Rick's been doing it 19 years. It's not my only source, but guys, it is the most predictable form of revenue. If you guys are interested in direct mail, it's all laid out for you. We actually had a company design and do everything for us, and they're very reputable. And I love it because I click 3 buttons and it's done. Yeah. And it's that's what the offer postcard's about. Sweet. On that. So
we got gems. Damien asks here. I'm gonna let you know a little bit. I want your opinion, but do you think it's better virtually wholesale or wholesale locally?
Well, it depends if you're wearing Nike. So listen, I always tell everyone, start out in your own backyard because listen, even if
you're in New York City, it's a little
okay. Different. No, but listen to me. Even if you're in New York City, LA, like a major metropolitan area like Miami or something like that, if you know your local market and you know the ins and outs of it, listen, you're not going to take down 5 or 6 deals a month or 10 or 12. True. My favorite is I do 10 or 15 deals a month. I don't care how many deals you guys do. I don't care. Honestly, I care that you get started in wholesale and you make a difference in your life. Anybody brags about the amount of deals they do, you better get the whole picture. They have a staff, they have marketing costs. I'd rather you do 1 or 2 deals and make a ton of money for yourself than do 10 deals and drive yourself nuts and work 80 hours a week. Learn your own backyard. I don't care. Even if you're LA, if you get 1 deal once a year, I know somebody in LA deal. They do 1 to 2 deals a year, but they make $250,000 on every deal. Like, who cares, guys? I'd rather do 250,000 if I could do it. But if you know your market, so like when your neighbor goes to sell, he goes, yeah, I want to get rid of it. I know it's worth like 800 grand, but I'd probably take like 6. And there's nothing wrong with it. That's when you go, okay, I can do this.
Losing
I know
a deal
exactly
hurts a
what
lot
it would
more,
sell
though.
for. What's that?
Losing a deal hurts a lot more, though, in those type of markets.
So if you know your local market, you're able to take down. Listen, maybe it's just a small percentage of it, and then you can find a virtual market to do a little bit more volume to get that consistency. But abandoning your own backyard is a recipe for disaster. And those of you that went to college like me for 6 or 7 years, like you might know that area very well. And that's a great area to start out, like doing virtual wholesaling. Or maybe you got an aunt in Nebraska and you go visit her 2 or 3 times a year. Spend some time when you spend over there and figure out that market. That's a great way. People always like, how do I figure out a virtual market? Anything you know is wide open game. So if you used to live there, you went to college there. I'm not crazy about the college town marketing. If you have family there, you visit multiple times a year, and then you could get some help if you ever need it. So a lot of times it's all right there at your fingertips. You just got to do what you know first, then work your way out. That's the easiest way to do it.
Boom.
As he says, just do it, right? It's a good question.
Great backdrop. Thanks, Alan. I appreciate that. We got Paul Revere in the back for him.
It's 9/11 tomorrow.
I know. That's why we did it.
Okay.
Do you recommend calling Cumberland REI says, do you recommend calling cash buyers like skipping them and using the phone number to call to see what they're looking for and what kind of cash buyer they are? Basically filling up the pipeline. So how would you position it? How would you say when you call? Freewholesaling.com, we actually show the exact process. I do it all the time. Go to listrei.com, listrei.com, pull cash sales, call them, ask them, hey, did you buy this house at 123 Main Street? Next, you're going to ask if they want to buy more properties for a discount, get proof of funds, throw on your list.
Yeah.
What's up, Zach? All right, he's ready for the dojo. What's up, Wayne? What's up, guys? It's that fun. How do we find the free course? All you got to do is go over here, go to freewholesaling.com. Quick and easy.
Pretty easy.
I think it's easy.
Good price, too.
You get
free.
Dave Ramsey says you always get what you pay for with his advice. You get what you pay for with mine. How many hours before the EMD must be in with title?
It's all negotiable in the contract.
But usually, like for our contracts.
Like a good deal, you want to make sure it's locked down.
I say
like
24 hours. Yeah. That's generally, you can have 48. Let's say you get the contract sent on Friday and they have the weekend, they can't really, fine.
If you got a good deal, like lock it down. Because I'm just telling you, if your seller thinks there's anything funny or doubtful, like I've seen a lot of times with a neighbor or the friend will go, hey, did Zach leave a deposit? And just like, I don't know. Did he leave a deposit? And you didn't clarify with him.
That sounds shady.
That sounds a little shady. $10. A cup of coffee costs more than that now. And we're getting to that point where coffee is going to cost more than that. So just, if you put a name, do you put it in there and just make sure you document it. Exactly.
Quick lightning round. We're going to get through really quick. So we're going to go lightning on this one.
Lightning.
Raphael says, if you find a deal, but the seller has either unpaid mortgage or liens or tax delinquent, how can I make it work? I know you could help pay some of all the fees, but what if the fees are too high? Basically, unpaid mortgage, how that works is you just have to have equity in the deal. That's really it.
Real simple, guys. This is where you bring in your title company and let them do their job.
Yes.
And they'll basically send out a letter of authorization on behalf of the seller to verify everything on the bank. You get that letter. They're going to tell you how much they owe, if they're behind on taxes, if they're behind on payments, and then you can make a decision on what you want to do. You can do a cash offer. The equity's there. You can do a subject to, but bring your title company in and let them do that work for you. And the letter of authorizations from your title company, you just get your seller to sign it. And then the title company will fax it or email it over. And then usually within a week, you'll have all that information back.
Yeah. So basically how that works is, let's say have under contract for 100, they have $40,000 in mortgages, delinquencies, liens, they'll net 60.
Yeah. Now, if you need to know it like right there and they're pressing you for it, have them supply you with their most recent mortgage statement.
It's usually though contract price
out.
minus whatever debt they have, liens.
Correct, but he's trying to figure out, like, sometimes seller goes, I don't know what I owe against the property, so I'll ask him for the most recent mortgage statement.
Agreed.
But guys, using listrei.com, you'd be surprised how accurate that information is. It will tell you roughly what they owe, if the house is any type of foreclosure situation. A lot of times you'll know these answers before you even go meet with them with using the listrei.com.
Oh, so quick couple of questions. Let's get last couple questions going on here. Let's see, Dalton, a wholesaler. I appreciate all the comments, guys. We just gotta get a quick lightning round. Easily top 5 thumbnails of the year in this video. I showed you the thumbnail. I thought you liked it.
I should have started off wearing it.
Oh my gosh. Skills of a ninja, elite stuff. I appreciate it. Love how you keep it real. Thank you, guys.
What's that show where they jump around on the course? The
American Ninja Warrior.
Yeah, American Ninja Warrior. We should do like a live event for that one day.
Oh my gosh. We got David Goggins.
I love David Goggins.
Oh my gosh. Bye-bye to the guru.
We should have like a David Goggins type wholesaling course, just like having people run through brick walls and stuff like that. Be funny.
Oh my gosh.
I do. I like keep it real, and they'll work hard for it. So it's like, I think wholesaling is very similar, but I'm not going to run on broken legs, though.
Oh my gosh.
I ain't going to run on broken legs.
That's your line.
But I'll pick through 93 degree, 80, 100% humidity and get it done.
Question: how do you manage comp so many properties and put the offer together on a postcard for mass emailing? Really quick, we literally spent a huge amount of money, kind of like Zillow, on actually pulling data and estimating the prices on houses. Again, they're estimates. All you're trying to do is get calls on the postcard, and then you can bring it down from there. That's literally it. So yeah, we have a pretty advanced algorithm. It's not Zillow, because Zillow is never right. We got pretty close to it.
Yeah, and I'm not a computer guy. We manually did it for almost a year, paid a staff.
Yeah.
And then I found somebody in the direct mail business that I trusted and I was already doing business with, and I had them build out the system. And from there, all I told them is, I just want to be able to click a button and send so offer postcard is it's my idea, but like I didn't do the final execution because we wanted to make it scalable for our own business. Once you do it once, I might as well share it with everybody else. So we find is the best way to do direct mail, because I've been doing direct mail 19 years. I created the handwritten postcard. I've learned what saturation does to a market. Our system's set up where you really can't saturate it. It's it's really cool. So if you're in direct mail, check it out. It's definitely worth it.
Boom. Exactly.
You don't have to think about it, Pete. You just click a button, and it doesn't matter at what quantity levels you're doing. It works. So you just have to get the leads in, and then you just go through your normal business of qualifying them and setting appointments.
AC Ringer says, can you make a video on what to do during appointments? I think did we really? Hold on, guys.
How many videos we have?
First of all, we have
we're approaching
7. We have 70 or 80 videos that are scheduled to be released. So I know for a fact I did it. Let me just check right now.
On top of the 400 plus that are. And by the way, I kind of look. I don't go look at other people's stuff, but how long we've been doing this for?
A year and a half.
I think we by far have the most content posted on wholesaling within a 1 year.
1 year, yeah.
In a 1 year period.
Oh yeah, we did 2 months ago.
What's it called?
It's called "Watch This Before You Go on Your Appointments." Literally, let me see. It's oops, sorry. Where's the guru going on here? Literally, the video is. Let me see if I can pop it up here. Hold on. This is literally you. This is you walking through a house, showing you, hey, this is what you should do on an appointment. This is what you should look at. What you should talk. I remember I brought you through it. You're like, yeah. What do you want?
What's the name of that video?
It says, "Watch this before you go on your appointments."
There you go. So just Google.
Rick, look, He's walking through the appointment right now, showing you what you should be talking with the seller.
This is crazy.
I have a video, literally, we have video on literally every single thing you could even think of. Every single thing and more.
And it's all up to date. It's not outdated stuff. It's stuff we do in our business to actively be successful wholesalers. So we want you guys to experience the exact same thing. And I'm going to show you how I do not do you a disservice. And I want to help as many people as I can and have an impact. And the only way I can do it is find everybody who wants to do wholesaling. Guys, you decided you want skin in the game. Your skin in the game is invest in your marketing dollars and invest your time into finding out what videos will help you out the most. Yeah. I think we're the most authentic guys out there to give you this stuff. And I don't have this like secret thing. Everyone's like, oh, you're going to hit us over the head with something. I'm not. Just run with it. You guys like it. It works. How many success stories do we have? So it's like ridiculous. And guys, you're going to get the content. So if you're even thinking about paying someone, do yourself a favor. Go to freewholesaling.com, get that course, and then make a decision if you want to pay. I believe wholesaling should be like learning your ABCs. You did not pay is it in kindergarten you learned it? I think I didn't learn it until the 5th grade. But anyways, like pre-K, I was a little slow. That's why I'm such a good wholesaler. So any of you guys that have like that ADHD thing, you're going to be an incredible wholesaler. I promise you.
So quick lightning round, just last couple of questions because there's some really good ones. So hello, just start following. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
G3.
Davion, really butchering your name. I'm really sorry. Wants to know, should you run a title search before finding a buyer?
So I assume it's when you have under contract.
Yes.
Once you have it under contract, you always run the title. Boom. And the minute you even think there's an issue with title, like run title. So most title companies, they don't charge you for it. I've had some deals. If you get a really good deal with your title company, they just want the business. So by the way, the cost to have them run the title is like $40 or $50. And it's usually with the utility lien searches.
But last couple ones is just moved to Orlando. Is the market fit for wholesaling? Yes, it is.
Oh man, dude.
If so, how much do you charge to mentor? I do it for free. Literally, freewholesaling.com. Go to Wholesaling Houses for Real. Join the one-on-one calls. I'll literally mentor you one-on-one for free every single week.
Robert, we want you to be successful. And the number one problem, in my opinion, in wholesaling.
Why did we get these? Robert, I love you, man. But why do we get these questions?
Because they assume they're going to get pounded over the head.
Freewholesaling.com and Wholesaling Houses for Real.
Yeah.
I say it every single time. Guys, I make it for free.
So Rob, take the $5,000 you're going to spend on me.
I'm sweating. I'm worked up.
Spend $2 or $3,000 on your marketing. Go through freewholesaling.com to find out how to do it, and take the other $2,000 and spend it on your family, your girl, like whoever it is. I don't care. And then I want you to give me a test. Dog.
Spend on the dog. Why not?
Dog. Guys, listen, if you pay someone or not, if you
can buy a massage for your dog. We can get one for Sebastian now.
Anyways,
he deserves to be pampered.
This thing where you guys have to pay these big giant fees to learn wholesaling, you are completely being smoked. I'm sorry. I'm going to tell you how it is. I've been to almost every one of these courses. It's all the same regurgitated. My favorite is when they go, well, I came up with this. I go, really? In 2013, you came up with this? Where's
I
that?
got books on. No. Hold on. Get that one. Yeah.
What's the date on this book? This book, 1972. 1972. Wait, I promise you 70% of the stuff that you know in there, it's been posted before.
Look at this guy.
The people taking credit for this stuff.
And this guy was talking about how he's done literally real estate for 30 years. So 1942 he started.
What's his name?
George Backel.
Yeah.
So guys, everyone's saying they invented wholesaling or real estate. This stuff is history.
It's been around forever. It's ridiculous. Nobody's coming up with these catchphrases. Guys, it's been around. Cold calling's been around forever. It's just
off-market properties. Putting properties under
subject
contract.
to's around forever. It's awesome, guys. So, it's out there. Don't let someone take ownership. I learned it from somebody else. I paid a ridiculous, insane price. And to be honest with you, I had to relearn it like 5 times over to do it correctly, because I bought into this ridiculous marketing. And so many guys understanding when you pay that fee, you get this like, oh, I paid it. Okay, now I'm going to do it. I'm going to be honest with you. That's when the pressure hits because now you have to perform. So here's the difference is if you pay someone 5 or 10 grand, you got no money in marketing, you're at a huge disadvantage from anybody that goes to freewholesaling.com, hasn't spent a dime, gets direct mentoring, gets live, gets the most up-to-date content from guys that actually do the business. Man, you guys will kill it and you'll thank me later. Remember, the idea is to get you started wholesaling, get you to 6 figures. Then if you want to scale it and you want to work with someone, that's when you bring in someone to help you out and do something. But I'm hoping like you guys can find natural connections here through our through our social media platforms, like whatever you need to do. Guys, listen, there's no more secrets in this business. Anybody tells you, if you pay me this, I'll give you the secret, and they got some little jingle. Listen, Flip with Rick is the only jingle you're ever going to hear from me. That's it. It just rhymes. That's it. I didn't think about it back then.
That's it, guys. Freewholesaling.com. So last question here.
Okay.
Analysis by process, how to get through it, action. That's it.
Now you got to go. And you got to take precise action too. So you hear the word massive, just do it. You will never, ever know everything in wholesaling. I still learn something new almost every day. So just go forward. I would start with marketing, pulling your lists, setting up an account with listrei.com and get going because the tools today are amazing. It doesn't take you 3 months to learn this anymore. You guys who go through school, how many years we spent in school? Like 12 with
4 with college.
Yeah, 4 with college, 16 years. And then people are still struggling to find work. I'm telling you, and really, in my opinion, in 90 days, you can more than take care of your family. So understanding you were brought up in that system, it's up to you to make the change. And this is the reason I'm sitting in front of you. There's the reason Zach's here. The reason Zach's sitting in his chair is because I made a decision and I took an incredible amount of courage and I just took action and I moved forward. Now, it wasn't perfect, but I'm telling you, man, it will change your life, guys. Just do me a favor, freewholesaling.com. It doesn't cost you anything, so give it a shot. You got nothing to lose. You want to pay somebody after it, knock yourself out. Then what I want you to do is do a comparison of my course to whatever material they offer you, and I think you'll be blown away.
Awesome. Thank you guys so much.